So what do you call yourself? Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey. Hey, what can I do for you this fine day?
This is your destiny. Hot, hot, hot.
Right now.
Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Kick it.
Come on in and enjoy yourself.
Right now.
We gon' party like no one else. Welcome to the LaTangela Show.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl LaTangela, and thank you so much for taking time out of your schedule to hang out with me for another edition of the LaTangela Show. Now, you know, we'll chit about this, we'll chat about that. I've read some extra news, some random research, and a couple of things that made headlines for some really weird reasons. I read it, I gotta tell it to somebody, and I might as well tell it to you. And you know, I also want you to get in while the getting is good. My family over at Cumulus Media, we have a $1,000 stimulus package that's going on right now for a limited amount of time. And you know, you want to go ahead and check us out on our Facebook page or on our Insta. It's a national contest. Just hit us up at Max94, the number 1, and be sure to check it out. Now, Monday through Sundays, while I'm maxing in the midday with you from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., I'll give you the inside scoop on that. But you know, I want to double your chances to win, so I'm giving you the inside scoop because we're family, love. We're family. You know, I also would love for you to join the conversation. All of my links are posted at LaTangela.com. And while you're there, subscribe for the LaTangela Show podcast if you haven't done so yet. Now, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're focusing on removing the stigmas. Removing the stigmas around mental health. Usually, if someone comes up and say, hey, you know what, I'm having issues. I think this may be a mental issue. Do you look at them differently? Do you raise a red flag? Or do you say, well, let's seek professional counseling. Let's talk about it. Or what is the response? So often people will have issues, we will have issues, and we leave them unresolved for so long and we start masking the pain. And then the pain comes to a boiling point and we don't want to get to the boiling point to where it's too late. Because right now it's a lot. There are a lot of moving pieces, a lot of things going on around the world. And we can only believe that it's happening in our homes. It's happening younger and younger and younger. So now is the time for us to say, look, for the month of May, we're going to tap in. We're going to check in. We're going to say, hey, look, I just called to see how you were doing. I'm here if you need to talk. And of course, if you need some of the resources, I'll have all of that posted for you at LaTangela.com. Thank you so much to Greg D. He chimed in last week on the podcast, and he was actually talking about mental health and some of the stigmas that mounts around it. And you know, it's a healthy conversation to have the conversation. It really and truly is. You know, I was reading on this new research, and it also stemmed into a new reality show. Sometimes I look at reality shows like, where do you find these people and how do you talk them into coming on this show? Well, this one is called Sleeping with Friends. Wait, it's a family show. This is a family show. So just pull it down. But the new reality show is called Sleeping with Friends. Now, it's supposed to be stemmed around research of people who live in the land of insomnia. Hi. Why is it that we can't get to sleep? Why are you up all night besides watching the LaTangela Show? Hey, I need you here tonight, right? Well, they say that they're doing a study of a group of friends or maybe even associates or a room filled with strangers, but the one thing they have in common is that no one can get a good night's rest. Why? So they supposedly find these willing souls, these willing, weary, can't get to sleep souls, and they monitor them throughout the night. It's a case study. So they have you hooked up to all of these machines, and then they'll give you like different stats. Well, you know, you peaked at around this time. Well, your brain waves gave more activity around this time. And on the flip side of that, they give you different suggestions as of how you should be able to get a better night's rest for the next night. Now, whoever take heed to all of the tips, whoever starts getting more sleep throughout the course of the study wins. Now, they didn't say what the prize is other than a good night's rest. Bragging rights maybe? And the champion of I outslept them all with sleeping with friends? I don't know, but it's a new reality show case study that's going to be featured on YouTube. Yeah, if nothing else, check that out. Sleeping with friends. Man, I wish I would have known about this sooner. I sure would have signed up, because I'd be up all times of the night, just chilling, just talking, just, you know, seeing how you're doing, what you're getting into. And you know what? We understand that right now, an extra $1,000 probably could come in handy, right? Well, my family with Cumulus Media, we have the $1,000 stimulus package, and it is up for grabs. It's a national contest, and Monday through Sundays, while I'm maxing in the midday, I'll give you all the details. But right now, I'm going to tell you to check us out on Facebook or on our Insta and Max94, the #1, for your chance to get registered now for that $1,000. It is a national contest, so whether you're watching it while you're passing through, if you're in town, if it's on syndication, if you're on YouTube, however you're catching it, it's for a limited time. And now is the time for you to subscribe, check it out, and get while the getting is good. That extra $1,000 could come in handy. Hey, look, a lot has been going on, and some random research according to the Bro Bible. Because, you know, if the Bro Bible reports it, it's got to be legit. Well, they were doing some random research as of what state is searching for which cocktail. Did our state make the top 10? And what state is looking for which cocktail? Because apparently you're a little thirsty these days. And if you're going to be a little thirsty, you might as well seek out for the best. Well, Americans are drinking more now than ever, according to the past surveys. Now, they've gotten to the point to where they're starting to mix it up with what are you drinking and how come we can't keep these shelves stocked? Well, according to the Google Trends, over the past 30 days, they tried to figure out what cocktail that people in each state have been looking for more so now than ever. Well, there are only a few that actually spiked, but out in West Virginia and Maryland, they said that they're looking for the kamikazes. Like, what's in that? What's in it? Have you ever tried one? Okay. And then they say, well, that's some hardcore from home drinking. Like, people are really just stocking up on those essential runs with some hard liquor. What is your drink of choice? Because see, I'm on some orange juice on the double rocks, lemon limes, and cherries, and I call that the Tangy Express. So if I get the Tangy Express in my life, I'm good. But according to the Bro Bible, you need something a little stronger. Just a little stronger. Oh, wow. New York Post, they had this study saying that we've been locked up for so long. The pandemic has us itching to get out, and everybody's just trying to plot their next getaway, their next escape. Well, 65% of us are planning more summer getaways because of this lockdown. Is it you? Are you planning the next vacation already? Yeah. 65% of Americans say that they're planning more road trips after being cooped up. I can feel you. Meanwhile, 88% of the people say that they'll take at least one trip this summer. They say once it starts to feel a little safer. Now, that's visiting family at 49% of the trips. Trips to landmarks in your own state or neighboring states came in at 38%. Visiting friends came in at 34%. Cross-country trips. Now, that always makes good for a great scrapbook. They came in at 34%. And trips to the beach or vacation home came in at 33%. Now, I would have guessed that that would have hit #1 at about 98%. New York Post, I don't know who you question on that one, but you might want to recheck it. Because a beach, did you see the way those people went running to the beach? The beaches have been packed. Like, that's getaway #1. Yo, we're going to turn this into a motivational moment, so brace yourselves. According to SWNS, I did some random research because I am the queen of random research, and they said the average person comes up with at least 2,190 excuses a year to avoid doing stuff. Just to avoid doing stuff. I'm going to do it. I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna do it. Not right now. I can't because okay, so there's that one random research study that pops me often. This one has popped me hard because I know that I fall somewhere within these lines. On an average day, how many times do you avoid doing things? I'm not sure what things you may avoid doing. Is it taking out the trash? Is it getting your steps in? Is it cooking? Is it reading? Like, what is that thing that you avoid often? Okay, now that you see that, what is the excuse and why do you avoid it? Why do you tell yourself that you avoid it? These are questions that need answers, so now I need to know. On an average day, how many times do you avoid doing things? Well, according to SWNS, here are the 5 most common go-to excuses that we so happen to like. Raise your hand if you've ever used one of these top 5 excuses. I'm too tired. I can't really afford it. I don't have enough time. It's too much of a hassle. I forgot. Okay, I can just leave my hand up for all 5 and give you high 5, okay? All right, so guilty as charged. I've used these excuses maybe more than I care to admit. But you know, here's the thing. 2020, we were yelling, we were amped, we were ready, almost like when 9/9 was taking over for the 2000. Oh yeah, 2020 gonna be my year. And then it's one setback after the next. There's one obstacle after the next. Well, you know what? 2020 is still your year. You know, right now we're growing through, and it's going to be a testimony on the other side of this test. So whatever it is that you're avoiding, whatever it is that you keep giving the excuses for, this is me talking to myself and you're just listening to it. Hey, we got to start breaking those barriers. We got to stop giving ourselves those excuses and start putting it in motion. And when I say it, I'm talking about the faith. Because faith without works is dead. You know, we have these goals, and the goals are us going over all little steps. So yeah, maybe today you may be tired. Fine, but that's not the excuse that's going to end it. Maybe you forgot. Yeah, it happens. You're human, and I'm Taurus, and we're forgetful by nature. Alright, but we're going to pick up the ball, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep going, and we're going to keep going. And you know, that's pretty much where I found the strength to be more transparent and to give the information for my new book, Poof, Power Over Obstacles Forever. If you haven't added it to your bookshelf yet, I want you to. It's available on Amazon. It's also available directly from my website at LaTangela.com. And we're talking about it, you know. This very random research is my life in 5 questions or less. And the more I started reading through that, I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to read past that because that hurt. That hurt. But sometimes you have to be that transparent and say 2020 is still our year. Yeah, it's still our year. The vision is clear, honey. It's clear. Oh, wait a minute. You know what else is clear according to random research and ESPN? Okay, now insert mess here, because I'm the mess starter too. Insert mess here. According to ESPN, what else is clear is that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James. Like, okay, why does every conversation have to be who's better than who instead of just saying that they're both great? Why? Why? You know what I mean? Like, MJ just finished this wonderful 10-episode documentary, The Last Dance. It was the bomb. When I saw it, I don't want to run it in case you didn't catch the ending of it. It was the bomb. I'm talking about I could watch it again and act like it was the first time I've ever seen it. And not to mention, did you hear before the final episode aired, there was this big auction that took place, and his Air Ones, they sold for over $560,000 at an auction. I was like, who? I understand that it's memorabilia and whatnot. Okay, great, but $560,000 for a pair of tennis shoes? Okay, at any rate, according to ESPN.com, a poll says that Michael Jordan is better than LeBron James in 17 of 17 categories. Now, I'm just going to give you a couple of them, okay? The fans' pick for a game-winning shot would be Jordan, 76% to 24%. Now, the better player overall was Jordan, according to the polls, at 73% to 27%, being LeBron. Who'd win 1-on-1 to 21? Well, the voices have spoken, and they said MJ 67% to LeBron's 33%. Now, they didn't say if that was for now. They didn't say if that was the man in his prime. They weren't really clear on the time capsule of that. I mean, because I can't see Michael Jordan getting up, just going back and forth with LeBron right now and winning up to 21 points. But, you know, maybe the GOAT still got it in him. And I'm pretty sure he'll tell you that he can do it. I'm with it. But, you know, ESPN, they got to keep the drama going. Awesome job with the documentary. If you hadn't seen it yet, be sure to check that out. And look, I got some random research for you. Did you know, for all of my candy lovers, M&Ms, you can't go wrong with a good M&M, but did you know that violet was one of the original M&M colors? I did not know that. Violet was actually an original M&M color when they were introduced in 1941. They lasted less than 10 years, so I guess that was short-lived compared to the facts that the browns and oranges and everything else has been there forever. And those were eventually replaced by blue. I guess they brought well, they didn't bring violet back. They brought like a lilac for Easter or something. Another random fact for you. Did you know that the movie Beetlejuice is 92 minutes, but Beetlejuice is only on screen for 17 minutes and 30 seconds? See, you didn't know that, huh? Neither did I. And now that I know it, I don't think I have a reason to know it. But somebody got paid to conduct that type of random research. Like, how do they find these jobs? That's the real question. I need answers on that. Somebody? Anybody, please? Hey, look, when we're talking about it, we've spent so much time at home with this hashtag stay at home. What makes a house a home? Like, if you really had to think about it, you spend some time confined behind those walls. What made that house a home? These are questions that need answers. And as we reflect on that, SWNS, they actually conducted a research of 2,000 people, and they were recently asked to name the top things that made your place really feel like a home. Well, coming in, they said having plenty of natural light makes the house feel like a home. Location. Obviously, being in an area that you like helps. But according to their top 10, that makes a house a home. Newly washed sheets. Now, they didn't say if they had to be scented or unscented, but that makes their house a home. Also, the smell of fresh cooking. Now, that takes me back. You know, like, I found myself cooking more because it reminds me of my home when I was younger, when my mom or my grandmother would be at the house cooking, and you come home and you just smell something good in the kitchen. It felt like you were at home. So yeah, but that would have made it higher on the list for me. A bookshelf filled with your favorite books makes a house a home, according to SWNS. I feel that because I have a bookshelf filled with my grandfather's books. A fridge full of food. As long as you don't go hungry, they say it makes the house feel like a home. The memories that you've made there, preferably the good ones. Having your own spot on the couch. Like when you get here, I don't care who else is here. They know. This spot right here, almost like when Sister Beulah get to the church and you know that's her pew. That's her home. That's her pew. That's how it is with that couch space. I feel you on that. Family photos also top the list when they say what makes a house a home. And number one, drum roll please. Remix. Ding. A good bed. A good bed reportedly comes in at number one according to SWNS and the 2,000 people that they conducted the random research with as of what makes a house a home. Okay, so wait a second. We have a debate going on, and these are questions that need answers because sometimes I just need to know. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's going to be honest with them all? According to the Mirror report, they want to know, is leaving someone's phone down a sign that they're cheating? Okay, so if we're at a restaurant and I have my phone face down, does that mean I'm in the category of a cheater? Yes or no? If we are at a restaurant on a date and I leave my phone face up, does that mean that I'm not a cheater? Okay, this is something that will spark a debate. This is really like a question that I need to hear your feedback on. According to Mirror Mirror, here's something to make you a little paranoid in your relationship, and probably that extra side eye that you've been trying to avoid. A couples therapist, they recently did an interview and mentioned a sneaky cell phone habit that might mean someone is cheating. Now notice they said might mean that someone is cheating. It's not definite that they're cheating or not, but this is just some couples therapists and their random research. Now, if they've always left their phone face down on the table, they could be texting someone they don't want you to know about. Or maybe they just want the phone down because the light was getting on their nerve. That could be it. The reason is obvious, according to the therapist. They're worried that you'll see a text come through. And of course, Pizza Hut shouldn't be texting you back. Or of course, Walmart shouldn't be texting you back at 2 o'clock in the morning. So they want to keep the screen hidden just in case. I don't think the phone being up or down is the telltale sign. If you already have that question in your mind, you're already thinking something is shysty. I don't think that it sparks from the phone being left face up, or it sparked from the phone being left face down. You have issues or concerns about what's going on with that phone and that person way before we talk about how they're placing it in their pocket, in their purse, on silent, on off, or having a sideline number connected before we even get there, right? Well, just that alone doesn't prove anything, so there's no need for us to jump to conclusions. But the cheating website, AshleyMadison.com, they recently did a survey, and 82% of their members said that they keep their phone around them at all times to avoid snooping. Now, mind you, I have my phone next to me right now because you may be tweeting me at LaTangela Faye. I'm not cheating. As a matter of fact, I give you the code to the phone. This phone's so dry, I don't even know why I pay the phone bill. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? So at this point, it could be face up. The phone could be face down. It could be on. It could be off. Honey, this is an open book. And if you want to worry your nerves about a face up or face down phone, is this even the relationship for you? Now that should have been the question. Mirror, mirror over here entertaining the wrong things. Now, you know, sometimes we're waking up in the middle of the night because we're having nightmares. We've all had that one nightmare of us either falling or, I don't know, maybe lost in the woods somewhere. Like, it's been a minute, but according to New York Post, they said that they've been doing more and more sleep studies. Talked about insomnia a little earlier. Well, for those who can't get to sleep because they're having bad nightmares, they said that they're coming in. The top reasons that they're having the nightmares, they keep having the same recurring dreams. That they're dying, being visited by a deceased loved one or a ghost, someone you love is dying, waking up late, so being late makes the list twice, being lost or trapped somewhere. Now, I've had that trap dream before, and it was trapped in water. I don't even know what I watched the night before. I don't know what I watched, but I did my best not to watch it again. I didn't like that one. Being attacked, running late for something, falling. We've all had that one dream, pretty much. I don't know if you're falling off a cliff or if you fell out the bed, whatever it was. But coming in at number one on the most common nightmare, according to New York Post, being chased. They say at least 40% of us have had that dream where someone was chasing us. Now, they say that you want to watch whatever it is that you consume before you go to bed. They said maybe a heavy food will cause you to have nightmares. Watching a horror film, will cause you to have nightmares. Or maybe even reading a very graphic story will have you causing nightmares. Okay. Wow, you know what? Page 6 announced that Alex Trebek, you know, he's been going through his issues with health for a while. The host of Jeopardy, he has been the GOAT at this for decades, right? Like forever, 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 forever. And according to some of the random leaks, they supposedly have this guy, George S., that's supposed to fill in for him. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know how I would feel for one, a new host for Jeopardy, and secondly, for this guy, George, almost like a for sure shoo-in because he looks like a little Alex Trebek. Like, I think they should have where the people can vote as of who we want to be our next host, like they do for American Idol or like they do for The Voice, where they let you vote on who you want. I think they need to have open auditions for that, and I don't want to just hand it over to George. I don't care if he does look like a little Alex Trebek Jr. He very well may be good at the job, but I mean, I would like to vote on that. Because Alex been like family forever, and I don't just want somebody just walking in there like, what's up? No, you gotta earn this spot, homie. Although he has been in the broadcasting industry for years, so you know, maybe it's a good big break for him, but I still feel somewhat sensitive towards that because Alex is like an uncle. You know, whenever your grandmother watch you and you watching all of her favorite shows, Jeopardy, The Golden Girls, all of them, they become like family. So if somebody gonna take my family spot, I kind of need to give them thumbs up or a thumbs down, or we need to work on it. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. Hey, look, everybody's trying to figure out who has the best to-go orders. Okay, I get it. But now that we're re-entering phase 1 and some of these restaurants are open at 25% capacity, you know, the need for them to drop it off isn't as great, because now you can go in there, sit down, dine, have a great time. Right? Well, which fast food burgers taste best delivered? Coming in at number 1 with the best fast food burgers to be delivered, according to taste, heat, and accuracy, boop, 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 Five Guys. This many. Hey, look, I want you to join the conversation and be sure to hit me up. Next week, I do have a treat in store for you. Hooking you up with some of those sweet treats courtesy of my friends over at Ben & Jerry's. Slide in my DMs at LaTangela Faye, and first come, first serve basis. I'll slide in your DMs and hook you up with some of those coupons for free pints of Ben & Jerry's while supplies last. I love it. Be sure to join the conversation and join the movement. Hit me up at LaTangela.com. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Good night.
Going over all little steps, sometimes with no kind of help. Digging through the soul to the core, knowing there's so much more than the block posted right in front of you. Got me praying, asking God, now what we gon' do? People stressing me, got the devil out here just vexing me. I'm trying to rep the yo, tell them let me be. Barriers, I'm breaking barriers. While I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drumming, yo, they can't tell me nothing. Positive vibes only, or I'd rather sit here lonely. Shout out to the ones who never gave up on me while I'm singing and rhyming and rapping and humming like they never seen it coming. Skipping to the beat of my own drumming, yo, they can't tell me nothing. I'm not fighting for attention, I'm my own competition. Yeah, I'd rather sit here lonely. Even when the skies are gray, ain't nothing going your way. You keep your head held high, make them hear you say, barriers, I'm breaking barriers. Barriers, barriers. No matter what it looks like right in front of you, near you, it's nothing compared to the visions promised you. You got the cattle on 1,000 hills, a place where broken hearts go to heal. Not quite sure how to really feel. Love versus hate, oh no, it don't relate.